Could the San Antonio Spurs turn their season around?
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
What is up, San Antonio Spurs fans? Welcome to TSR Sports. Well, some people are going to be happy and some are going to be very unhappy that the San Antonio Spurs have taken their 11-game losing streak and turned it into a 2-game winning streak. We're going to talk about that, their current NBA draft position, and the week in general. While I'm doing this recap report card, drop a comment down below what you like about last week, what you didn't like. Hit that thumbs up if you'd like to support a fellow Spurs fan, and subscribe for more Spurs content. Let's just get into it. It's time for the good, the bad, and the ugly. Spurs 2-1. They got decimated, absolutely crushed by the Phoenix Suns on Sunday. I was actually at that game in San Antonio, and I did not enjoy that. Beat a fellow Texas, battle for Texas, a fellow bottom basement dweller, if you will, in the Houston Rockets. And then we beat the Heat yesterday in a pretty close game. Right now, the Spurs are 8-18, 14th in the Western Conference. Right now, they would draft 5th overall. Timeout. So before I get into the players and whatnot, I know some Spurs fans are really disliking the team winning right now. I see it on my channel. I see it on the Spurs Facebook. And Spurs fans, look, I get we need a top pick, as in top 1 or 2. I get that. And this team is not a playoff team. That being said, I don't want to see them lose like they did Sunday against the Phoenix Suns. I want them to be competitive. I want the team to grow, but I don't want to see them get absolutely crushed and have these guys questioning, what are they doing here in San Antonio if they're just getting beat on a daily basis. We're going to get a good draft pick. The just question is where? Well, I said we talk about that. Let's talk about that now because this is pretty important. So right now, this is the draft lottery ads, and I'm guessing you can't pick any worse than your last numbered column. So right now, the Spurs would have the 5th overall pick in this next coming draft, and they have a 10% chance at the first 4 picks, and it drops to 2% for the 5th, and then up to 20% for the 6th. I don't like that 27% for the 7th, and then so forth and so on. And I guess we shouldn't be able to fit, statistically speaking, finish worse than 9th. And I don't believe the 4 worst teams can finish worse than, I don't know. They're showing the Rockets can pick 8th. So I don't. I thought you were protected, that you had to be in the top so many. Whatever it is, right now we'd be picking 5th. And there's a 14% chance that number 1 overall, who is probably going to be Victor Wembanyama. Right now, Detroit, Orlando, and Charlotte hold that. I think we're probably going to finish in the bottom 4. I think Detroit's going to get better as the season progresses. Orlando should as well. Charlotte is a shocker that they're this bad right now. We are supposed to have their pick next year, but it's top 16 protected. That's going to end up rolling over. I think we'll finish in the bottom 4. I just want to see us play well. And then it's just a crapshoot. I mean, we could finish 5th where we are right now and get the number 1 overall pick. We've seen the team win the big one before with Tim Duncan. It could happen again. I do think it's funny the Lakers are right below us and they're going to lose that pick to the Pelicans. And the Pelicans are already freaking stacked. Anyway, let's talk about our guys. First off, Zach Collins. Big man, you got the chance to start this week or last week, and he gets the rare good and ugly. I like some things I saw from offensively, rebounding and the passing, 3.7 assists, actually tied for the team lead in the starting lineup. That being said, 4 turnovers a game, and he's had 27 fouls in his last 5. He averaged 5.3 fouls a game last week, and he fouled out of last night's game. He's fouled out of 2 games in the last 5. He's just been can't stay out of foul trouble, whether it's offensive fouls, defensive fouls, maybe just not getting calls right now, but he has to wear good ugly because of the turnover and foul issues that he's having. As soon as Jakob Poeltl's ready to go, whenever that is, Zach will be back as a backup. Up next, Keldon Johnson. Finally, it feels like it's been a long time after a 7-game stretch where Keldon shot 28% from the field, was shooting about 20 shots a game. I can finally say Keldon Johnson is back on the good side of things. Yeah, I know there were some rough spots here and there, but he shot 54% from the field, grabbed 6 boards, and about 27 points per game. And this team, I really feel like, is going to go as Kellen goes. And when he was in that long slump, the team was losing a bunch of games, and when he's playing well, they're going to win a few. So Kellen, I'm so glad to have him back on the good side, man. Welcome back. It's been a while. Devin Vassell missed the game, but overall was good. He was really clutch last night in the 4th quarter, hitting a couple big shots. Plays defense seems to be a little better, just getting, disrupting lanes, whatever. So I think with Devin, I'm really concerned about that knee. Is this going to be an ongoing issue for the rest of the year where he's going to play some games and he's going to miss a game, he's going to play some games, miss a game, essentially load management. sometimes it's good to be wrong. And I've been a doubter of Romeo Langford pretty much since we got him. And wow, was he great last week? He's finally starting to look like the five-star recruit coming out of high school. Scored a career high 19 versus the Heat yesterday. The offense is finally just coming together. As you see, he shot 68% from the field, which is ridiculous. And he was taking some threes, shot 40%. But man, he's just been playing really, really well over the last about 2 weeks. And could this be, an audition for him to maybe stay with the Spurs long term, or at the very least show the NBA, hey, I'm not a complete bust, because he did look like a huge bust his first few years, whether it was injuries or just not playing well or a combination of both. It just wasn't looking good for Romeo, so I'm really happy for him to be, finally showing the basketball world what he can do. And last but not least, out of the starting up, Trey Jones. Oh, he was good this week. Last week, is it going to keep happening? Career high 26 for the Rockets, being pesky on defense. I'd like to see more assists out of our starting point guard, but if the team's moving the ball around, it doesn't matter who gets the assist as long as somebody is. So, Trey, good job. And looking for a shot here a bit more, which average 15 points per game. So, pretty good. Off the bench, Dougie McDermott. Man, you know what? He was good. Hitting big shots, 60% from beyond the arc, moving without the ball. 3.5 assists, which is pretty high. I think he had 5 yesterday. So, Doug, love what I see. Love what I see him do. Love what he's doing off the bench. He was actually a leading scorer off the bench at 12.5 points per game. Up next, Josh Richardson. Josh gets the also rare good and ugly rating that we gave to Zach Collins. While I like what I've seen for the most part defensively, rebounding, and assist-wise, the shots just were not going in as he shot only 26% from the field. Maybe had some rust because he was off for a while. I'm sure he'll get better as the season progresses. Malachi Branham got a few starts last week, and overall I thought kind of had an ugly week. I mean, 13% from beyond the arc is atrocious, and only 32% about 30% from the field. So the shots are just not going in. His defense maybe a little better than we saw at the start of the season, but we drafted him to be a 3-level scorer. Right now, he's kind of a no-level scorer. So I hope he turns things around. He's only 19 as a rookie, so I'm not going to beat him up too much. But I got to call it like I see it. He did not have a good week. Up next, the man with the hardest blocked shots on the team by far. I just went, man, when you bring it in there, he's going to send it back out. Charles Bastian had a good week. He shot 90% from the field, granted limited quantity, but still 90%, 7 points per game, 5 rebounds, looking like a very solid backup center. And I think the Spurs should re-sign him. If Jakob leaves, Zach Collins next year is not guaranteed. If they draft Victor Wembanyama, if we do get the first overall pick, would you be happy with a rotation of Victor and Charles Bassey? I don't know, maybe. And Isaiah Roby. Yeah, I like Isaiah Roby. But man, is he inconsistent? And I got to give him an ugly week. He shot 27% from the field. I like some things he was doing. Pop didn't like what he was doing last night, though. He got yanked after like 3 minutes. And my goodness, Spurs fans, does Isaiah Roby, like at least per minute, lead the NBA in air balls? I swear, he shoots a lot of air ball threes. It's nothing, nothing. It's just frustrating to watch him and see how, at least I think he was pretty darn good in OKC last year, at least looking statistically, and just has not translated to the San Antonio Spurs. Without those little spot there, he was kind of carving on a niche in the rotation. And then let's get to the other players on the team. Keita Bates-Diop played 1 game, 30 minutes, and that Suns blowout, scored 12 points on 5 of 6 shooting. He's out. I don't know how long he's out. Yeah. Gorgie Zhang, 1 game, 13 minutes, also against that Suns versus the Suns in that blowout. 5 points and 3 turnovers in 13 minutes. That's not really the ratio you're looking for. Alize Johnson played 2 games, gave us 10 minutes a game. He brings energy. I just don't know if he's going to find a role in this rotation. And then for our did not plays, Jakob Poeltl has been out since November 26th. Jeremy Sohan has been out since November 26th. And Blake Wesley has been out since October 30th. And I kind of sit here and look Spurs fans thinking, what is taking so long? From what I read, Jakob Poeltl's injury wasn't thought to be too serious. Jeremy Sohan's injury wasn't thought to be serious at all. And then Blake Wesley was supposed to be out 6 to 8 weeks. He just started doing, I think, three-man practice. Yeah, we're talking about practice. But still, what is going on with the injuries? It does have me scratching my head like, I mean, hey, I don't like saying it. I'm like, are we sort of tanking by just leaving these guys out longer? Are we giving them just extra rest because we're like, you know what, we're right at the bottom of the Western Conference. So, Jakob Poeltl, we expected your timetable to be 1 week. We're just going to let it stretch out to, 5 or 6. Yeah, you're good, right? You're good, not playing. Blake, I know your timetable is 6 to 8 weeks. We're just going to 6 to 8 months. Just chill. Just enjoy your time on the bench with your friends hoodie. I don't know. Let's get up to my players of the week. My runner-up Spur just exceeded all expectations last week. He's been playing solid defense for the team, but the offense has been kind of non-existent. But Romeo Langford, my man, I tell you all the time, I love to be wrong about a player because it's good for the team in the long run. And I hope a lot of these guys that Spurs fans are looking at going, I don't know if he's a guy, myself included. I hope these guys show us something. And man, if he keeps playing moving forward like he did last week, he's gonna be a Spur next season. I think his contract does expire this season, but man, I'm just really happy for him. But my Spur of the week, player of the week, I know he had some rough spots here and there in some of the games, but he led the team with 27 points per game, showed a very high level aggression against the Rockets and was pretty aggressive pretty much throughout the week. And just he's playing much better basketball than he had the last 3 weeks. I think we had 2 or 3 weeks in a row on this channel of ugly ratings for Keldon Johnson. So, my man, hope this is the Keldon we see for the rest of the season. 25 points per game, shooting over 50%. Get that 3% up a little bit, and we'll be good to go. And get those turnovers down a little bit. Of course, I could say that about the whole darn team. Get the turnovers down a little bit. Up next, the San Antonio Spurs play the Cleveland Cavaliers, Portland Trailblazers, and the Miami Heat. I will be live for the Cavs game. I should be live for the Cavs game. That is tomorrow night. The Blazers game, I should be live. The Heat, again, the San Antonio Spurs play the Miami Heat on a Saturday afternoon at 5 p.m. I don't like streaming on the weekend during the day. The streams usually do pretty poorly because people are going to be out and about. And one of those people that probably be out and about is me, which means I probably won't be able to do it. So, yeah, that's all I got. I'm glad. It feels good to be on the winning side of things. It does. And whatever happens for the rest of the year, I just wanted to stay competitive and not get just that Suns game was just, I mean, being there live also sucked, but just watching the team, it was over at halftime. And I don't want that. I want to see your guys compete. I want them to grow together, learn how to win tough games. They maintained leads versus the Rocket in the Heat. They could have Rockets and Heat. They could have easily just collapsed in the fourth quarter, and they didn't do that. So I think we're probably a team that every 5 games we win 1 to 2. We'll go 1-4 or 2-3, and we'll finish with a losing record for the fourth year in a row. And I do see them wrapping this up, probably drafting between 3 and 5. And then it's up to the balls. Yeah, we'll call them that. Thank you for tuning in, guys. And as always, go Spurs, go!